All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is Saturday, July 11th, and we are going to do a strategy Saturday today. I would like to note that my trade from Friday did not hit full, but it did come very close. In fact, we came up to 233 points, and I was targeting 254, which means I would have had a insane payout. But it's fine. It's all right. I have not been able to request the payout because it is the weekend. But come Monday, I'm gonna see if I can potentially wake up early and go ahead request the payout, and then also activate an account. I'm also going to go ahead and buy 3 more accounts for this next week, and I'm gonna be trading all of them at the same time. Hopefully, I've learned a little bit about Tradeovate, so hopefully I can do what I expect I can do, right? I'm gonna try my best to. I'm gonna see if I can try to create more than one group. I don't know if it's possible. If it isn't possible, then everything might have to be around about the same. Maybe not really, right? I can individually put take profit levels. I can individually put yeah, I think individually putting take profit levels would be a lot easier. Um but putting the stop loss level for all of them, I mean, all of them would probably have around the same stop loss. There's just no reason why I would have an absurd stop loss. Yeah, um, yeah. Anyway, today is a strategy Saturday. Enough with my ranting. We're gonna go ahead and see if I can get better with my strategy. Um, yeah. As for my predictions, Friday did end up closing bullish. My initial prediction was bearish, but on the day of Friday, on the start of Friday, I changed this prediction to bullish. Thursday wildcard, that was correct. I didn't know where we were gonna go. We ended up going very bullish. Wednesday bullish, I was correct. Tuesday was bearish. So I was wrong on this. Monday. Oh, sorry. Tuesday, I don't know why I blanked out. Tuesday was bearish. I was wrong about it being like, well, likely bull in my opinion, but I did say we possibly swept long-term sell-side liquidity, which is down here. We didn't do that. Instead, we ended up just sweeping sell-side liquidity, which makes sense because my first initial prediction was Monday was going to be bearish. I wanted Monday to sweep this low first. We ended up not, so Tuesday sweeping this low makes more sense than sweeping this low, right? Um, so really, Monday was what I got wrong. Monday, I did predict bullish here. I said that it's always going to start differently with the two predictions, right? Monday either goes bearish or bullish. Monday's usually the most difficult to predict. Um, but yeah, so I still got this wrong. Tuesday, I said bullish, ended up going bearish. Wednesday wild card, which yeah, fair as enough. Uh, Thursday, I said bearish depending on Wednesday, and then I said Friday bearish depending on Thursday. Because Tuesday or Wednesday closed like this after sweeping the lows, shit just happened. Whatever, right? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get a new replay started. We are not gonna replay on this one. We're gonna replay on this one because this one is no, this one is contracted. This one's the non-contracts. So this one's the non-contracts. So it's easier for me to trade farther into the past without having like stutters in the price action. So, what is this date? This is May 12th, Tuesday, May 12th. So, we're going to go ahead and move this back. It's Tuesday, May 12th. So, last 20 days we've been extremely bullish. Last 40 days we started this trend going bearish, then we broke higher, continued bullish. We have majority bullish candles. We did close off Monday, or wait, Tuesday. Oh, we're trading Wednesday. Sorry, we're trading Wednesday. But we did close off Tuesday bearish, and we are within parameters of touching this very strong bullish fair value gap right here. We just barely missed it on Tuesday, but we are closed out bearish on Tuesday, so we could potentially see some bullishness on Wednesday. Down to the 4 hour, we do see price did close bullish. with some strong bearish candles. On the hourly time frame, we close bearish. We do have a break bearish. 4 hour is still bullish. We didn't break bearish yet. Daily, obviously bullish. Hourly, we see bearishness. 45-minute, we see bearishness. 30-minute, we see a struggle because this candle closed just before. Nah, honestly, because this candle closed just before the fair value gap, I am expecting this to go lower at least until the fair value gap. In fact, if I were in during, I'm gonna start just taking trades at whatever time, because now I'm thinking, my close friend takes trades literally the entire day from Asia session to New York session, and then goes to sleep at like 10. So during London close, he goes to sleep. He trades the entire day. So I'm gonna start doing something similar to that, just so I not because I plan on trading like that, but because some days I plan that I might have insomnia. So okay, I'm just gonna trade Asia session and sleep during New York session. At least I can still make my profit that way, right? I don't know why I'm hearing like a slapping sound. I don't know. Sorry. Let me drink my liquid nut, which is creatine. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to prepare for any scenarios like that because it's very, very possible. So yeah, I would personally take a trade right now. What am I looking at? I don't know why it did that, but because this is E-mini, this isn't micro. I'm gonna take 10, but I'm gonna divide it by 10, just as if I was in micros, right? What is that? It's $125 risk. I'm doing this $765 risk. And I'm targeting at minimum. Oh, I don't really need to do that. At minimum, this, which is 1.95k risk. But what I will say is that there's still a possibility that we do retrace because this is a weak move, right? So I will say, let's buy 5. Let's do it right here. No, let's do it. So this is 3, and then let's buy 2 right at the 50%. Just below the 50%, right? Just as a safety net, right? We go down to the 1 minute. We're going to see how price moves. New York opens and we kind of go directly to the top of it. We do break structure on the 1 minute. We break again. Again, I don't really mind the 1 minute breaks in structure. They kind of don't mean much to me, especially during this time. But seeing strength still has meaning. Kind of consolidating. I need to see some break. There's the break, 50%. Okay, now I can draw stops down to this level. If we look at the 30-minute, yeah, I would say I'm all right to draw stops there. Do we at least hit the rejection block? We come very close, but we push back away. We're edging the rejection block. Maximum edging on this rejection block. London comes in, we hit the rejection block. By this point, there's no reason for me to risk anything else. I would just pull up to break even. If we look at the 30-minute, we have a high already up here. Fair value gap left here, order block left here. If we come to the order block, there's a potential that we push for the body of it and then continue lower, but because we're in Asia London sessions, I really don't think that we do. I think we kind of just do one swift movement, obviously not swift as in fast, but swift as in that's all we're gonna see really. And there it is. Perfect hit right there. um, that was 32350 all the way down to 225. 323 350 down to this 97 points. I really thought that was a lot more. I'm not gonna lie. I really did think that was a lot more. Ended up catching 1,400. 1,400, not bad. I do think we could potentially go lower. However, I don't think I would be comfortable because there is a possibility that I take this trade and then I fall asleep, right? I wouldn't be comfortable holding for longer. However, if I were like, oh, I just woke up during a session, all right, I'm gonna take a trade, right? Then I would probably hold from here all the way down to maybe the 50%, I would say, with a take profit level at the 4 hour for value gap 50% right here. I would only count this. So like right here, this would be my, like if I were in a real trade and I were actually sitting here watching the whole trade, I would do something. Sorry, actually, I don't need that. I would just take my first profit level here, then second profit level at this, and then third profit level here, right? Uh, if I'm in for 10, obviously I do one here, two here, one here, right? That would leave me with five exit points. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through this. Ooh, we do make two really big rejection wicks, however. So that is an indication that possibly we don't even hit this 50%. Oh, we do though. Okay. So yeah, there we go. There's 50%, and with that strong candle, I would be okay with holding down to this. Oh, this is 9:30. I did not mean to do that, but that's fine. Yeah, oopsies. I accidentally went all the way down to 9:30. First 30 minutes as well. God damn it. Đừng vô phòng. Con làm chuyện. My bad. That's fine. That's whatever. That did come into the 50% of one of these legs. I would say this one. Yeah, it did come into the 50% of this leg right here, which is kind of important. Uh, at this point, we're sweeping lows. Dow Jones has swept lows, but hasn't swept Sunday low. S&P 500 did sweep Sunday low. Nasdaq, oh sorry, Dow Jones swept Sunday low. S&P 500 didn't sweep Sunday low. Nasdaq has not even. Wait, no. No, Nasdaq been swept that shit. I ain't gonna lie. So we could potentially see bullish structure soon. However, this bearish structure is very telegraphed. This retracement right here, I would personally get in here, but I've already seen the move, so I don't want to get in. Really? Well, I mean, I guess it would just make sense, huh? Obviously, sorry, this is right here. Obviously, if I had seen this and then this right here, I would have probably more than likely gotten in here as an entry. I would have gone in on this candle uh, as if it were an order block on the 50% right there. But we're just going to say that yeah, we're going to say that I did actually. We're gonna say that I did just because I accidentally skipped past it, but I hate replay because it just doesn't fucking keep anything whenever I trade. Let's go. Can I sell? Um, so first trade, I need to write this down before I forget. Let me get a pencil. Okay, so first trade that I got was 14,995, but we're gonna say we're gonna divide that by 10, so $1,409.50, right? This was Asia through London, then New York. This first trade I'm gonna do, um, stops are gonna be at the 50% again. Uh, full take profit. To be honest with you, I wouldn't know. To be fair, I really wouldn't know. Um, I would say maybe like to these fair value gaps, but I wouldn't really count on it. I really wouldn't count on it, and I don't want to jump to a higher time frame because it might show me where it goes. So I'm not even gonna try to do that. But I will just set some profit levels. So one take profit will be here. Uh, one take profit will be here. Actually, two take profits will be there, and then one will be right at the 830 level, I would say. How many points is that? That's not even that much, is it? Like 80? 93? Nah, I would take it to this low. This previous low before this current low. So we enter off of that. We don't see any negatives. We come lower. We break below this low. That's a perfect telegraph. Bringing up to break even now. Take first profit. Second and third profit. Now, do we take the 50% of the bullish fair value gap? That's the only thing that worries me, is that we turtle soup this low here, right? So we're going to wait to see this structure. Okay, that's a really good candle. We tapped into the 830 level, hit a fair value gap, hit previous lows, and well, yeah, that's already said 830 level. So honestly, with that, can I move this? Hello, there it is. I would move this into profits, not super far yet. I would still wait for the next like 5 to 10 candles, say, just to see what we do around this level. Do we consolidate? Do we show a lot of wicks? Or do we telegraph that we're going to go back up? Or are we telegraphing we're going down, right? Sorry, I've been saying telegraph a lot. See, that right there shows us indication that we want to continue to move lower. With that indication to move lower, I would personally even pull this down to the fill of the fair value gap. And I would bring this down to this high now. Ooh, we edge it really closely. What I will say is that there's still a fair value gap here just above this high. So I'm going to pull stops up to this low because I believe that we could come to this candle body right here. After sweeping this, come into this fair value gap, touch this candle body right here, and then push back lower as a turtle soup. Ooh, that's a nasty pullback wick. What I would do here is I would close a partial for 2, partially closed position. Then I would turn this down to a 1 buy limit. Then I would leave this here where it's at. That way I don't leave too much profits on the table, you know? We sweep that, touch the fair value gap, we pull back immediately. We don't close above the 830 level. What do we do in the next candle? We close above the 830 level. We came into that candle low, like I said. Now I'm going to just pull this directly to this high because there's two options that happen here. This candle didn't close above this high, but it did close above this high. But for this high to be disrespected, I need a candle to close above the previous candle's high. So I'm not counting this as a CISD. I'm counting this as a sweep of liquidity. And like I said, we touch into this level right here, which I would say is a volume imbalance, volume node, which means I would allow a candle to go past it just barely, right? 4.25 points, nothing crazy, but I won't allow it to go past it much more. If this works out like I believe it would, these next few candles should immediately disrespect this candle and then create a turtle soup like play where we come down, right? All the way down here, we retrace less than 50% and then we continue lower, right? If not, then we would just close above this volume node on the next few candles. Right there. We close above the volume node. Now this volume node has been reversed. I believe we're going to tap into this with the next wick and then push low or push higher. Right there. We don't close above, we don't close below it, we close above it, and then we push away from it. Yep. That's a volume node. If I have seen one, I would honestly buy in here now. Yeah, I would personally, if we look on the 30-minute, I would definitely buy in here because we've hit the 30-minute or almost hit this 50% of the 4 hour daily time frame fair value gap, one of the fair value gaps, I don't remember. But I would, no, actually I would even wait. I would wait till down here. I kind of want to see a wick down here. Okay, candle closes below. Oh wait, hold on, let me see. The second one, New York time, I made 1,950.00. So for this trade, I'm not gonna risk too much. It's 1,000. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna risk 1,000 here, but I'm gonna sell another 5 here. I'm gonna do a partial stop, right? Because we could potentially come down here. If we come down here, I don't like it as much, but if we come down here, I hate it. Actually, I'll give it a little bit of room. And then I'm gonna have a hard stop on this one, just at 1,100. Yeah, okay. So we actually just 50%ed this, and then we continue to push lower. I think we might even just, yeah, we go to full TP here. Maybe? Do we 50% again and then push lower? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we hit full TP in the end, which, you know, is fine. We lose, what was that? 600, which isn't bad, like, at all. That's really not that bad for the amount we made. I'm just going to say, like, 600. So, 1409 plus 1950, 1409.50 plus 1950.00, 05.9, 5, carry the 1, 3, 4, 3, yeah. So 3 minus 600 equals 50.95. This is 2, 13 minus 6, 7. So on this day I made 2.759 $2,759.50. Could I have made more? Definitely. 1,000% I could have made more. Is it bad? I wouldn't say bad. However, I would say, because I was in at such a good position up here, I think maybe I should have held. Because I got in so early back here, I should have held. Yeah, I think taking out half the position was a good thing, but I think I should have pulled my stops back to break even because I still wasn't that deep. I wasn't that much in profit. Right, I wasn't putting too much on the table still. I only thought I was because I was putting the numbers in my mind, right? And I was seeing thousands, and I was like, I'm putting thousands on the table, but realistically, if I were in a normal trade, I'm only putting in a couple hundred on the table. And a couple hundred doesn't matter too much to me. Because had I waited, right? um, and held. Let me see. Uh, what was it? Sell 10. Directly on this line. Sell 10 there. Buy 2 here. Buy 2 here. That was actually 4 here, I remember. And then this one was here. And then full TP was down here. Had I just held... Oh, wait. Right, I'm already up on this. On this so far, I'm up 2.5 grand. Well, no, that's including open P&L, I'm pretty sure. But where was it that I closed half? I believe this is where I closed half. Half the position, partial close for 2. Right? And then I turn this down to 1. I let it continue. Boom. I would have had 28. So, really, I didn't even lose. I didn't miss out on much, actually. Because if it was 28 to 10, so 2,810.0 plus the 14. Well, obviously, I would have made a lot more, but it really isn't as much as I thought I lost, right? So it would have been 50 cents. So 10, 3, 8, 4. So 12, 1, 4. So I would have been 4,230 up. So it would have been another 1,000, a thousand something, 1,300, 1,400, something like that. But it wouldn't have been insane because I thought that trade alone would have been about 4,000, but it would have been about 4,000 had I done a full position instead of partials, right? If I had done, it actually would have been 6,000 if I had done full position instead of partials. But yeah, honestly, yeah, I didn't put too much on the table. I think strategy wise, I'm doing really good strategy wise already. Right. But I think my mental is what really affects me. Especially, you know what, I'd like, especially during these times where we were making hundreds of points per day. I should have just been holding for more. But yeah, I mean, honestly, not even a bad day. I don't really think there's anything I could say about that outside of the fact that I'm a little scared now to hold positions just purely because of how price has been changing, especially because during the last contract season we were moving hundreds and hundreds of points per day, no questions asked. But after the start of this recent contract, we've been struggling to do the same, I would say, for a while now. I'm not saying necessarily we've been doing nothing, but we've been, like 568 points, and most of that is during Asia session. I would say it's a struggle because this was just before. No, this was no, yeah, yeah, yeah. This was just before this contract started, right? No, this was when this contract started. We're already on that contract, so I can't really see the previous days as well. But yeah, we before this contract started, we were really doing thousands of points per day. Um, but yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's really nothing much for me to say on that topic now. Outside of, I mean, I did pretty good. I would say my strategy is honed in a little bit better now. Obviously, I'm gonna start scaling up my contract usage. I'm gonna scale up my risk, my reward, whatever. And then we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's Strategy Saturday. Hopefully, I have enough time to do a psychology and setup video. I will try my best to. The setup videos really help a lot. But yeah, so I will see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's gonna have a good trading week. If you guys don't watch tomorrow's video, whatever. But yeah, I will see everybody tomorrow.